Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Red Dead Online and I'm bringing you another clothing and weapons guide. Today we're doing the legendary Buster Scruggs from the fun movie, I guess. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Definitely a fun one. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend checking it up on YouTube or anywhere else you can get it because it's very entertaining. It's a series of short stories, but of course everyone's favorite is about the namesake, Buster Scruggs. Flamboyant singer slash gunslinger from the Old West. Pretty fun. But anyway, so we're going to be recreating him, and as always, we're going to start with weapons. Alright, and so for the gun, we're going to go with a single Cattleman revolver because he only uses one. He does not dual wield. We're going to do a single Cattleman revolver with all nickel plating all around on every single component and with a wood grip. So the varnish for this grip I went with is mesquite, but quite a few of them work, but I think the mesquite just looks the best with it. And for the metal plating around the gun, you really could do either the iron, the nickel, or the silver. I just think the nickel probably looks the best, and in action, I really like how it looks. I did not put a carving on the handle because Buster does not have a carving on his, and I didn't do any engraving because from rewatching it, I could not see anything on the gun. It looked very, very standard. The impression I get of Buster is that he cares a lot more about how he shoots than what he shoots, and actually seems to be more into singing than he is into shooting. So that's the way I went with this gun. I wanted it to look pretty bare bones and to match how it looked in the movies. We did improved rifling, improved sights, but I kept the short barrel on it because despite the fact that his gun appears to be a little bit longer in the movie than this, it's definitely shorter than the extended version of the barrel in the game. So that is the only gun that Buster Scruggs uses, so let's move on to the outfit itself. Alright, and so this is what the outfit looks like, and for this one I did actually change the facial hair and the hair a bit. I just went with plain brown hair. Probably could have gone a shade darker, but it doesn't really matter. And clean shaven because he's very, very clean shaven in the movie. Yeah, I probably definitely should have made the hair darker now that I'm looking at it. Clean shaven, no stubble, that's the way Buster Scruggs rolls. So other than that, you could really get into face modeling if you want, but that's definitely way too much work, and I'm terrible at it. So unless someone wants to give me the sliders, it's not something that I can recreate. So let's just get into the outfit itself. So the first part of the outfit is the hat, and the hat that I like going with the best, even though there's a couple options, is the white Caldwell hat. Now this one isn't perfect because the one that Buster wears doesn't curve up as much on the sides, has a wider brim, and has a more flat style top. But this one is probably the most pristine white and like stereotypical cowboy kind of looking hat that you can get in the game. So that's the reason I go with the Caldwell hat. I think it looks the best, but there's a couple other options and I'll show you those ones. This Belrose hat doesn't quite fit because of the purple band and the feather, but the shape is roughly right. I mean, it still curves up just a little bit more on the edges than his, but it could work if you wanted it to. Same can be said for this Descateau hat. It's the right color, but it's got that weird band around it, and the shape of this one is right on the edges, but then it curves down and back a little bit more, you know, on the front and the back. So this one could work, but again, I don't like it as much. This one, the Tiltham hat, is probably closest in overall shape, I would say. Maybe a little bit too small, and again, the sides curve up a bit too much, but it's less white than the one I was going for, so that's why I don't like using this one. And of course, lastly, this white Stalker hat could pass, I guess, if you didn't have an option to get to any of the other ones, but I personally don't really like how it looks. Yes, the top of the head part is the best for the shape, but the brim is way too small all the way around. Plus, the color's a little off, and it has a weird texture to it. So that's hats. Like I said, I like going with the white Caldwell hat. I think it looks the best, just overall, so that's the hat I go with. For neckwear, I keep it nice and simple with the black narrow neckerchief because he wears a black narrow neckerchief in the movie. Now, of course, in there, he doesn't wear it around the outside of his shirt. He wears it right around his neck and it comes out the front of his shirt. That's not an option in this game, so that's why I went with this. Now, for shirts, there's quite a few options, but I actually like going with the French dress shirt just because the other ones all have at least one thing about them that I don't like. So we'll go through them, but this is the one I use. I use just the plain white French dress shirt. So you could use the white cohorty shirt or cowardy shirt or however you say it, but that frilly part right in the middle does not match what he wears in the movie, so I don't like that. It could work if you were just trying to look a little bit more fancy, because the one he uses in the show has several accents. It's got like a black trim around it. He's got a pocket on either side that have black linings on it. It makes his outfit have a little bit more character than we can give it in the game. But I don't think that's a good enough excuse for this frilliness, because I don't think it fits. And of course, as a last resort, you could either use the Horsefall overshirt. This white one here, I guess, could pass for it if you don't mind not having the collar and therefore not being able to wear a neckerchief. And the same can be said for this Paddin shirt. It kind of looks right. It's got the chest pockets that his had, and the lacing in the middle kind of matches like the black accents that his outfit has. It's a little bit darker, doesn't look as clean and white as his, so it doesn't fit perfectly either. So like I said, there's several different options that you could use for the shirt, but the one I actually stick with is the white French dress shirt. He does not wear suspenders, gauntlets, gloves, left-hand rings, or even right-hand rings. As far as weapon equipment goes, I like going with the light brown sharpshooter gun belt, and I like it for multiple reasons. For one, he wears a brown gun belt that looks pretty dang similar to this. The buckle he wears is a little bit bigger, but it's not a solid buckle, and there weren't any that I could really get to match it. So I didn't use a different belt buckle, and that's why I chose this gun belt. I just think overall it looks the most like the one he wears. And he does not use two holsters. He does not have an offhand holster, so it's just going to be the one, the light brown sharpshooter gun belt. For the pants, it's kind of an obvious choice. The white Cabrera pants look dang near perfect. They look awesome for the outfit. They're nice and clean and white, but don't look too soft. I don't know if that's the right word for it. They look rugged enough to be something that someone like this would actually be using, but very clean and very white. There's a couple other pairs of white pants that I can show you that would work as alternatives. This white pair of clerk pants would work as well. I don't think it looks as good, but it would work, and you know, it's hard to tell the difference, especially from a distance, but you could use these. And then, of course, these white Lightfoot pants would also work. They've got some extra stitching and stuff on them that if you didn't have the chaps would maybe stick out a little bit, but considering you're going to be wearing chaps anyway, these would work just fine if you really wanted to. Then finally, for Chance, we have the only real option in the game is these Alvarado chaps, the light ones. They look almost exactly like the ones he wears in the movie. Now, they've got this black padding up near the crotch region that doesn't match the ones he has. His is all pretty light, but the overall tone of the rest of the chaps is like perfect for what he wears in the movie. So that's why I go with these chaps. You could probably make some other chaps work, but these are the ones that I think you really should go for if you want to do this outfit. All right, and for the boots, I went with the white Rutherford boots, and I went with these for a couple reasons. Now, what he wears in the movie appears to be some sort of a black and white wingtip cowboy boot, but there weren't any that fit well enough, in my opinion, in the game, because the primary color of his are white and the secondary color is black, whereas in this game, I was able to find some wingtips that kind of look like it, but their primary color is black and the secondary color is white, so it's more black than white, so it looked just like black boots. So that's why I just go with the solid white Rutherford boots. I think they look the best with the outfit, and they're, you know, pretty sharp looking boots overall. So that's the boots. Then for the spurs, we have the Guerdon Morrow spurs, and now there's a couple options of spurs you can use, so I'll show you at least one other one other than these ones that would work, but I think these ones work the best. First of all, they actually match the correct shape of his spurs, so on the back, the actual spur part, the part that you jab into the horse, is actually the right shape. It's more of a wide wheel shape for him and less of a star shape, so that's why I went with these, and also they're white, so they match really well. So that's why I went with these. You could also go with these ones. The Stenger studded spurs, they work. They don't match as well. They have, like I said, this one's more of a star instead of the wheel shape on the back, and they come out a little bit further, have a little bit more decoration to them, so they don't match as well as the Guerdon Morrow spurs. But really, any white spurs you could find would work just as well. So that is the San Saba Songbird right there. If you want to dress up as a dandy gunslinger who's way too good and a little bit too cocky for his own good, this is the way to do it. Like I said, you pair this with that brown gun belt and one Cattleman revolver with silver, iron, or nickel plating all around with that nice mesquite grips. It's going to look perfect. You're going to look just like Buster Scruggs. So I hope you like this guide, and I hope if this is what you were looking for, that this helped you out. And of course, as always, if you have any requests or anything you think would be cool to see recreated in the game, whether it's historical, from a movie, TV show, or from Red Dead Redemption, let me know down in the comment section, and I will do my best to get to it and maybe make a really cool outfit. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed it, but in any case, thanks for watching, and have a nice day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.